Hello.
Hello,
What's your name?
my name is Dave Schmidt.
Dave. Tell me a little bit more about your art.
Well, I work on a web comic called Recovery. I created it. Well, yeah, I'm the only person on the team. It's a story about mutants in the post-apocalypse in the new Old West. So a little bit of Mad Max, a little bit of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a little bit of Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and I think the best comics are the comics that mix together the things that are already out there. That's what Ninja Turtles was to start with, and that's one of my biggest inspirations. So I think you make something original out of all the pieces that you can find, and that's what I tried to do here.
And how do we find it if someone wanted to look it up?
It can be found at www.recovery.webcomic.ws.
Okay.
So a bit of a mouthful, but recovery.webcomic.ws is where it can be located there. So
What's your main character's name?
main character is Ulysses, and he's the American Bison here. His two main deputies here are Diego, who's a red-tailed hawk, and Zeke, who is a common housefly.
What was your inspiration for it?
Well, I knew I wanted to do something in the Western theme. I've always been a huge fan of the Ninja Turtles, and so kind of combining some of that, just the anthropomorphic animals, as well as that Old West feel, that grit and just kind of sparse dialogue, heavy action. That was kind of what I was starting out going for, and it's kind of taken on a life of its own, and I'm seeing where it goes.
How many episodes do you have?
Right now, I just have the one issue that's up online. I'm working on issue 2 now.
Okay. And are there any other projects you're working on, or you have in your head rattling around that needs to get out?
I think like any other creator, I have a whole lot of ideas that span a whole lot of different genres, but this is what I'm focusing on now. I'm into all kinds of sci-fi, fantasy, that kind of stuff. So there's sure to be more to come. I'm like every other person on the planet working on a novel that's in the fantasy genre, and maybe that'll come out someday too. But for now, Recovery is kind of going to be my main artistic focus.
Okay. What would you say to someone else who is interested in doing something like you did here? Create a character, create a universe.
Well, one of my big inspirations besides the Turtles would be Doug TenNapel and some of the work he's done. He's the creator of Earthworm Jim, and as well as a number of graphic novels, including Gear, which might be his most famous. He says I think it's an afterword in one of his novels, that the advice he always gives is, if you want to create a comic, then create a comic. Start one, finish one, and you'll learn most of what you need to know by the end of your first one. So I took that advice to heart, and that's the advice I would want to pass on.
Okay.